As you can see, I've got some points, etc, etc. Okay, there we go. Now let's generate a report. Now give me a second while I set up the FTP details and I'll show you guys a report. Okay, so I've set up my FTP details. Alright, now what we can do is, we can do a report upload. Now in the advanced settings, you can set up a file path for a logo. You can change the HTML in that web folder that we saw in the first tutorial. You can completely edit this page to whatever you want it to look like. But there's some basic settings. You can change the page title, the logo path, and the link that the logo will have back to your home page. You can change those right in the program without editing any HTML. So it's pretty easy to use. Now if I upload this full report right here, wait for it. Hopefully I got my login details right. I think it did. There we go. FTP upload successful. Now I am thinking about threading this off so you can do it while you're using Chronos and it doesn't freeze up the program or anything like that. But yeah, the report has now been uploaded and it will look like this. There you go. There's a report. Remember, you can edit this completely. This doesn't have to be there. This would obviously, you'd put a path to your logo or whatever. There's no specific size it has to be. You can change the colors, the format, everything. You can. There's actually in the web folder. I'll show you now. There we go. Here's the web folder. It basically contains 4 files: the generated report and 3 files, 3 text files. They're all HTML, but they're not in HTML format. Chronos report top. Which is this. There you go. Okay. Chronos report middle. Chronos report end. Now the middle bit is repeated until the until all the users have been displayed. Now you can make this however you like. Just remember that this bit of code is repeated over and over again for however many users you've got. You can add in Chronos tags, basically. They're basically simple Chronos tags. You can put username, points amount, events attended, and attendance percent. And Chronos will automatically replace these for each user. So as you can see, we've got those here. Name, points, attended, attendance percent. Okay. And the end is the end bit, that's the start bit, and it's generated from these 3 files. And I'm sure some people, some inventive people, will make some really nice Chronos report pages, but that's the one that comes with the software itself. Just like I'm sure some people will make some great icon packs for Chronos. It comes with a bunch of icons. One of my guildies kindly made most of these. You know, they're pretty good, and I'm quite pleased with them, and these will come with the software. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in Chronos. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention in the timer though is the timers is immunity. Immunity, if you set say an immunity of 10 seconds, this makes the timer immune from being triggered for 10 seconds, basically, from the log file. So if we do this once, obviously we're not connected on the client right now, we're currently disconnected, but as you can see, I can't trigger this until it gets past the trigger point, and there we go. The immunity point, sorry. And so, immunities work as a way to avoid damage over time abilities from re-triggering your timers. Some damage over time abilities in some games show up in the log exactly the same way as your initial text to match, your initial trigger text. Okay, when that happens, each time the damage triggers and the dot fires, it resets your timer. It's really annoying. So if you set up an immunity to cover the damage over time period, then usually you can make it work. So for example, if you've got a big AoE that everyone needs to know about every 60 seconds, but for the first 30 seconds you've got a dot ticking away that constantly resets your timer, give it an immunity of about 35 seconds. That should cover it, and you should be good to go. And it won't keep triggering it all the time, and really annoying. So there's Chronos, basically. Those are pretty much all the features in Chronos that you need to know about. Keep in mind that your attendance and points show up at the bottom here. You've got some tooltip text right here, which I plan on improving over time. You got some options here, just quick commands. Basically, you can assign points and attendance. Also, shout calls out text to speech to all users who are connected. So, hey, noobs, break is over, and you send that. You can only do it once every 20 seconds or something to stop you from spamming it. You can change how many events you've ran. Amount earned is part of a plat split feature that I was going to put in, but couldn't be bothered, so that's not in. I might put it in one day, but for now it's not there. And yeah, basically that's Chronos. I hope someone finds a use for it. I hope it's useful, and remember, you can always suggest things for improvement. It can be feedback. Remember, it's not stable. Not stable, not secure, may crash, may blue screen, I don't know. It's not thread safe, or at least I don't think it is. You know, there's some thread safety I need to. If you know anything about programming, you know what thread safety is. The program is not thread safe, and it may crash. So if that happens, let me know. Let me know when it crashed. Let me know what was happening when it crashed. Let me know if like a ton of people were trying to connect to your server, or a ton of people disconnected, or something like that. If you get a blue screen, which if you do, I really do apologize for. Keep in mind this is a prototype. Or if you if the program randomly closes or crashes or gives you an error, let me know, and I'll get it fixed. Just let me know when it happened, what was happening, and that would be great. I appreciate it. So remember, right now this is a prototype. I need your feedback. I need your suggestions, and eventually this will go through a complete code rewrite, and a final version will be made. So yeah, hopefully. Lots of people like it. So yeah, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you all in game or whatever.